Hey there, my name is James Lee. Thank you so much for tuning in to another segment of 5149 on Breaking Points. And today I'm here to talk to you about what I'm calling a cooperative arms race that is currently unfolding between governments, big tech, and the ruling elites to colonize your mind.
You glance at the program running in the background on your computer screen and notice a now familiar sight that appears whenever you're overloaded with pleasure, your theta brainwave activity decreasing in the temporal regions of your brain. You mentally move the cursor to the left and scroll through your brain data over the past few hours. You can see your stress levels rising as the deadline to finish your memo approached, causing a peak in your beta brainwave activity right before an alert popped up, telling you to take a brain break. Your mind starts to wander to the new colleague on your team, whom you know you shouldn't be daydreaming about, given the policy against intra-office romance. But you can't help fantasizing just a little. But then you start to worry that your boss will notice your amorous feelings when she checks your brain activity and shift your attention back to the present. When you arrive at work the next day, a somber cloud has fallen over the office. Along with emails, text messages, and GPS location data, the government has subpoenaed employees' brainwave data from the past year. They have compelling evidence that one of your coworkers has committed massive wire fraud. Now, they're looking for his co-conspirators. You discover they are looking for synchronized brain activity between your coworker and the people he has been working with. While you know you're innocent of any crime, you've been secretly working with him on a new startup venture. Shaking, you remove your earbuds.
What a pitch, a wearable device that monitors all of your brain activity with a new type of technology for which they are attempting to manufacture public consent in the name of human wellness. How predictable, with supposed applications like being able to help keep you healthy, make you more productive, steer you clear of certain vices, and even fight crime. No other possible motivations, right? Companies already investing in tech to scan employees' brains. The general pitch for this device class is familiar, if not convenient. It's a tool not only for enhancing productivity, but for ensuring employee wellness. They might technically be monitoring employees, but only for their sake. We're going to monitor you for productivity, yes, but that's not our real focus. What we're really after is ensuring your wellness, your safety. We're monitoring you for your sake.
Consider the fact that right now, many workplaces have individuals who have to be awake and alert at all times in order to do their jobs well. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Take this example where this trucker decided to take a 20-hour shot for a 1,500-mile ride, well exceeding the amount of time that any trucker, long-haul trucker, is supposed to drive. His employer didn't discover his choices until the fatal accident that was disastrous for the company and cost many lives.
Note the order of priorities. First and foremost, disastrous for the company, and then secondarily, many lives lost. Quote, in 5,000 companies across the world, employees are already having their brainwave activity monitored to test for their fatigue levels, Farahani says. She is the presenter in the clip we just watched from the World Economic Forum. She cites mining operations, including one of the biggest mining companies in the world, that have their employees wear hard hat and baseball cap-like devices that detect fatigue. No mention, of course, of alleviating the conditions that lead to over-fatigued workers in the first place. I don't know, you tell me. Is this technology meant to improve the human experience, improve human wellness, improve the human condition, or is this technology meant to enable human control vis-a-vis a centralized authority?
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
You see, I don't think the goal is to preserve humanity. Rather, I think the goal, fairly transparent goal, is to turn humans into programmable robots with no freedom to engage in independent thought, their only function being defined as whatever is necessary to serve their corporate masters. That is perhaps the only real use case of this application and the only way that this type of technology is actually financially viable. Quote, we find the once autonomous cowboys of the highway strapped to monitors and monitoring vests, scanned with intelligent cameras and tracked while they drive, forced to ride along with silent spies instead of hitchhiking kids like me. Despite what I think is pretty eloquent prose there, that is not some movie script. That is reality, real life applications of surveillance technology already in use to spy on people. In 2017, the US Department of Transportation decided to do something about terrible accidents in long-haul trucking. The problem, as the DOT saw it, was that drivers were evading the hours of service rules that limited how long they could drive. So the federal solution was to mandate a digital ride-along to stop the evasion. Starting in 2017, the DOT required that all trucks be equipped with electronic logging devices, ELDs. This is the exact scenario that Professor Farahani invokes in her presentation at Davos to illustrate the use case of such brain monitoring technology. But according to reporting from the American Prospect, after the ELD rollout, trucking safety stayed the same or declined. There were even more crashes in some part of the industry. That's right, your roads aren't made any safer, but corporate bosses are surely more powerful and more wealthy. Every moment spent idling is a blinking red data point at headquarters now. Drivers get pinged by their superiors when a truck stop break goes longer than expected. When a driver is tired or encounters bad weather, they no longer feel free to make a decision to sleep or take a break because the tracking technology signals to headquarters that the truck is idle. ELDs also create a new structure of ongoing data collection, which positions employers to be able to more precisely set, change, and withhold wages. They use the data to push for competition between drivers, shame drivers who are less productive, and discipline them. There is a reason, not a coincidence, why corporations call it human resources. You and I are humans from the point of view of corporations, nothing more than resources that are to be managed, deployed, and transformed into a commodity, meaning to them, humans are to be treated only as objects of trade for means of generating economic value. The moment you cease to serve that function, there is no other outcome for you other than being discarded.
When you look at it, at technology transformation, it usually takes place in the terms of an S-curve. And we are just now where we move into the exponential phase. And I agree, artificial intelligence, but not only artificial intelligence, but also the metaverse, near space technologies, and I could go on and on, synthetic biology. Our life in 10 years from now will be completely different, very much affected, and who masters those technologies in some way will be the master of the world.
Masters of this technology will be masters of the world. Klaus Schwab, the WF, kind of oftentimes shrouded in this kind of conspiratorial mystery, but if you listen, they are actually pretty transparent in terms of telegraphing what their plan is. In this case, technology, while pitched as a tool to empower humans, is in reality an instrument of control to rule the masses and increase corporate power. A Silicon Valley lawmaker wants to protect workers from employer spying. Assemblymember Ash Kalra proposed a bill Monday that he said would ensure workers gain some protection from off-duty employer surveillance and retaliation. The Workplace Technology Accountability Act, or AB 1651, would create a set of privacy standards for employer workplace monitoring tools. All right, so not lost on me that I'm sort of advocating for government intervention as a potential solution to protect worker privacy, since I also, in this piece, heavily alluded to the fact that governmental agencies and other centralized corporate authorities are prone to abuse such a technology. But what I would say to that is I'm not opposed to governments creating rules. It's just who are they creating the rules on behalf of? That is what we have to pay attention to. Does the rule centralize power or decentralize power? Is the rule meant to benefit multinational corporations or regular citizens? That is how I think we should evaluate legislation. That bill, by the way, did not even receive a vote. It was withdrawn before even a hearing. Big business predictably got involved to kill it and smear it as a job killer. And that is the point. The current economic paradigm necessarily incentivizes or requires businesses to grow, to look for new frontiers, new geographies to conquer, to monetize. It just so happens that we've just about colonized every corner of the globe. So the mind, which was once sacred to the individual, is now the final untapped trove of value, and it is under siege to be conquered and exploited by the ruling elites. So let's be mindful of that as we scrutinize AI-powered surveillance technology and the ways in which various groups, whether it be big business or consortium of public and private interests, look for ways to manufacture public consent to accept this technology. That is all for me this time. I hope you found today's segment about surveillance and brain monitoring technology to be informative and helpful. What are your thoughts? Is bossware a concern for you? Is privacy a concern for you? I would encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, make a ton of other videos like this, breaking down many different topics on my YouTube channel, 5149 with James Lee. I would encourage you to check it out and subscribe. The link will be in the description below. Of course, keep on tuning into Breaking Points, and thank you so much for your time today.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.